You're watching Drakewing Gaming. Enjoy the video. Hey guys, as some of you have informed me, there is not that much left for Bjorn's path, so I'm just going to go ahead and wrap it up right here. Anyway guys, this should be a short little extra bonus video for the day. Hope you all enjoy, so sit back and let's go. Okay, so somehow we stuck together and moved to the lobby to continue chatting. What do you have to do during camp? I have a project from university they have to finish. I made some progress before dinner, but I'm stuck again. But anyway, I hope we get to eat in town tomorrow. Not like the food here is bad, I'm just curious what's there. Oh, maybe they have a Korean restaurant there. That would be great. I'm not keeping my hopes high, though. We're above the Arctic Circle, after all. Why Korean? I don't think I've ever tried any of their stuff. Oh, back in middle school we had a Korean student in our class. He invited me and Miko over once and we stayed for dinner. I was amazed by the food and the atmosphere. The whole thing was like a ceremony celebrating family bonds, friendship, and the food on the table. It was much different from the dinners I had at home. Korean food brings back memories of that experience, sharing food and enjoying each other's company. I love Korean food. I brought a cheap portable burner for... Excuse me. I brought a cheap portable burner for Korean hot pot with me, but I don't think there will be an occasion to use it. You brought what? Of course there'll be an occasion, and if not, we'll make one. Okay, that's great. I haven't used it in a while. There's no point in doing a Korean barbecue with just one person. Hey, what would you say for a short walk? Chatting here is nice, but I don't feel like spending the whole day indoors. Walking also helps me with a lot with thinking, and I need to brute force my way through that obstacle in the project. Fine by me. Sure, just give me a second to fetch my jacket. I better go get mine, too. I'd freeze outside without one. We'll wait here, then. Is this it? Nope, okay. The cold wind ruffles my whiskers as we step outside. It's getting colder already, the sun low on the horizon, its warm glow barely visible through the clouds. Dark birds circle above the guest house, cawing and croaking. Oh, why didn't I bring my camera with me? A lot of birds today. They liven up the landscape nicely. The stillness was starting to feel unnerving. Really? I didn't mind it one bit. But I like the birds, too, and crows gathering is a good omen. Is it? I've never been superstitious, so I never bothered with remembering what people consider good or bad omens. Yeah, it dates back to the old belief that birds are reincarnated people. I heard something about it long ago, but I waved it off. I mean, it doesn't sound very plausible, does it? Not to us, not anymore. But that's also the reason why birds were never hunted in Europe. Since ancient times, they were seen as sapient reincarnations of those that decided to stay on Earth, usually to be close to their loved ones. That sounds like something straight out of Romanticism. Yeah, romantic writers like to return to that theme often. By the way, did any of you notice the name of the guest house? No. What is it? Morgan sang. Morning song? Yes, the sound of the birds singing in the morning. So, dawn chorus? Ah, he did it! He name-dropped! What's that? Exactly that, a morning bird song. I never heard of being called that before. Anyway, how about we go for that walk? Not to hurry you up or anything, but I'm kind of freezing already just standing here. Oh, right, sorry. Yeah, let's go. I turned to Travis, but apparently he got bored of the talking and started walking in circles in the snow. Oh, he'd get along well with Lake, although I imagine Lake would run around and not just walk and look at the scenery. Travis, you coming? Yes, I'll be right there. And the four of us walk off into the forest, chatting about whatever interesting things catch our attention. Is that it? Is that... Nope. Okay, there's more. Alright. We walk into the lobby, letting a cold gust of wind into the room. Ah, such a pleasant warmth. That's one thing I envy you. Halloween wasn't yet a big thing here back when I was a kid. Going around in spooky costumes and asking for sweets sounds like a great time. Although, I suppose it's more compatible with American suburbia than with our multi-family housing units. I never took part in that either. Where I live, nobody celebrated Halloween. You still can take part in trick-or-treating. There's no age limit for that. You think? I feel a bit stupid doing it now. Maybe if I could go with some friends. Doing stupid things is much easier together. So, this Halloween we're going together for trick-or-treating? Hell yeah! Great idea. Oh, sometimes a person needs so little to be happy. I better go now. I still have a lot to do today. Thanks for the walk. It was nice to talk with all of you. Hey, thanks for finding some time for us. It was nice. I enjoyed it even though I'm not really a fan of walks. Take care and good luck with your project. See you later. Not really a fan of walks. You mean you don't like spending time outside? I do. I don't like walking without a specific destination. It feels kind of aimless. A trip to a specific place like a landmark or just a store or anything, I can understand. But walking without a destination? Can't walking in and of itself be a destination? I don't know. Travis looks down and seems to be thinking about it for a moment. Anyway, I'll get going too. Thanks. See you at supper. See you later. Oh, actually, I wanted to talk with you first. Since Travis dropped the information on me before dinner, I can't stop wondering what's up with the writing competition and why Bjorn didn't mention it at all. I can't just ask out of the blue. That'd be weird, right? I remember you were interested in the instant camera when I mentioned it during breakfast. Would you like to see it? Sure. I always wanted to see one close up. Well, I saw them in the store. They didn't have any film inside, and I could only look at them. I have it in my room. You can come over. Bjorn nods and we both start walking towards my room. Because when I think it's over, it's not. So, what's your opinion on walks? I like them a lot. They always calm me down. There's something meditative in walking, in the rhythmic steps and gradually changing surroundings. I walk a lot. I don't often feel like spending time at home. Maybe I'll lose a few kilograms that way. That'd be nice. How about you? I like walks, but I don't do them often. You know, when you're lying on your bed alone in your dorm room, knowing how much you have to learn for the upcoming classes, and then the classes after that, it's really hard to motivate yourself to do anything. I unlock the door and step aside. Come on in. Wow, you got a huge bed, and look at those colors. It's a nice room, nicer than mine. I can't complain, yeah. Yours is better for watching films, though. We could lean back against the wall and still have the laptop close. Anyway, make yourself at home. Sit anywhere you want. I'll take a chair. Bjorn looks at me with gratitude and walks up to the bed, sitting cautiously at its edge. Thanks. These chairs aren't really made for me. I smile reassuringly, sensing Bjorn's embarrassment. No problem. I get it. Phew. It's been a long day. Feels nice to finally sit down. The bear takes off his hoodie, folds it into thirds, and lays it down on the bed beside him. This many lectures in a row would tire anyone. We spent quite a bit of time walking, too. Yeah, but that part was fun. I wouldn't be up for repeating that now, though. I'm just happy to sit here for a while. I know what he means. This has indeed been a long day. I slumped down on the chair with a sigh, only now realizing how tired I am. There's still a lot of the day remaining, though. Maybe we could watch a film like yesterday. I'm sure Bjorn knows some more good ones. Oh, before I forget again, what was up with the Esperanto in that film yesterday? Right, I completely forgot about that. The anime was based on a book. From what I know, it's a classic in Japan. The author, I can't remember his name, was a fan of Esperanto, so most of the text in the film was translated to it as an homage to him. What's the deal with that language, by the way? I only remember hearing that it's a constructed language. The world's most widely spoken constructed language, actually. The word Esperanto itself means one who hopes in it. It was created in the 19th century to be an international language, easy to learn for everyone, to bring people from different countries closer together. I'm not an expert, though. I just read about it somewhere. It's a nice idea, though English fills that role now. I'm not that good at Norwegian yet, but we both know English well enough to communicate freely, and that'd be true with almost anyone here. Yeah, in most places in Europe it's enough. But the idea of everyone learning one international language as their second one, especially constructed to be easy to learn, something about it appeals to me. The setting sun fills the room with a golden glow, illuminating Bjorn's silhouette. Afternoon sun always seems to slow down the time somehow. What you meowing about, kitty kitty? Oh. What you meowing about, Mr. Meowmers? So, can I see the camera? Oh, right, sure. I already forgot about it, just content to rest for a while. I grab the instant camera from the table, open it, and pass it to Bjorn. A glimmer of excitement shines in his eye, and as he grabs it gently, as if it were a newborn baby. Kitty. Oh. Poor baby. It's this one. I left it in the room. It's a lot of fun, but the cost of film would kill me if I used it as my main camera. Besides, I like the flexibility of a digital one. What's he doing? What is he doing? One second, guys. I'll be right back. Sorry about that, guys. I'm back. The kitty was just being a little bit of a complainer. That's all. He's just fine. Anyway, I have a digital camera on my phone. This is something else. Do you have any photos you've taken with it here? Just one from yesterday. I took it shortly after we arrived. It's nothing special, though. It's just a view from this window. I'd like to see, if you're okay with showing it, that is. I suppose. Well, why not? I take the photo out of the camera bag and pass it to Bjorn. Just watch out. Don't touch the film itself. Fingerprints are hard as heck to clean off these. Bjorn nods, putting the camera beside him on the bed. He grabs the photo by the paper frame, careful not to touch the film, which isn't easy with his huge paws. In fact, he looks a bit comical holding the tiny photo in his paws, leaning in to see closely. This looks really nice. It's less grainy than I thought. Yeah, the modern instant film isn't very grainy. Although, it would be more noticeable on a solid color background. Here the snow obscures the grain completely. I like it. I like it a lot. This makes me melt inside. I have to look away, blushing. I know the photo isn't anything special and Bjorn is mostly praising the medium itself, but hearing it feels so nice anyway. Bjorn hands me back the photo and grabs the camera again, looking at me intensely. Oh, could I, take a picture with it? How could I say no to him when he's looking at me like that? I had no idea bears could do puppy eyes. Sure, just let me show you how to do it. The sheer happiness on his radiant face is enough to make it worthwhile. You're awesome, Carvin. Thank you. I stand up from the chair and sit beside Bjorn. Let me explain how to use it. I've already opened it. This foldable part here is a flash, and when folded, it covers the lens. Here on the back, you have the viewfinder. I'm sure you know how to use one. On the front, there's a control for focus distance. You set depending on your distance to the subject you photograph. For a landscape, you turn it to the infinity symbol. The lens is here, next to the control. Ha! Turning the camera around, Bjorn grabs it by the shutter button and the camera goes off. Damn! Sorry, that's not what I was trying to do. Don't apologize, it was my fault. I should have told you where the shutter button is first. Sorry. You can take a picture out. Maybe it won't be a total flop. Just give me a moment. I can't see anything now. The flash hit me square in the face. Oh, sure. Sorry again. The flash in this camera is fierce. I rarely use it myself. I certainly don't envy Bjorn right now. Okay, it's better already. He pulls the photo out of the camera and looks at the milky bluish image. What now? There's nothing on it. Now, shield it from the light and let it develop for about 10 minutes. You can simply put it face down somewhere, but just to be safe, I usually put developing photos inside my camera bag. It's still sensitive to light right now, so you might want to do it fast. Right. I pass him the camera bag and he puts the photo in the side pocket. Well, that didn't go as planned. It's still fun, though. Hey, I still got a lot more film. You can take another picture, this time not by accident. I only took one pack of film with me, so 8 photos in total and 2 already used, but I don't mention that. It's still a lot, and I don't take these often. Thanks, Carvin. How about we go outside, then? The bear stands up and stretches out with a wide grin. Wait, what happened to Mr. I'm happy to just sit here for a while? We've been sitting here for a while already. But if you're not up for a walk, we can stay here, no problem. We can go, but I'd rather stay around the guest house this time. Sure, man, better put the camera in the bag and take it with you. I wouldn't want to have another accident like that. By the way, do you think that photo is developed already? Definitely not fully. Let's get dressed and then I'll check how it looks. Sure. I put on my jacket with a quiet sigh, making sure that Bjorn doesn't hear me. Then I take the bag and swap the mirrorless camera for the instant one. I check the photo in the side pocket. It seems to have developed nicely already, and while it'd be better to still shield it from the light, I can already show it to Bjorn. Oh, and it even came out rather nice. Surprisingly nice, considering the circumstances, even if it's a bit silly. Hey, you want to take a look? It's mostly developed already. Oh, sure. How does it look? Well, see for yourself. Aww. That's adorable. Garvin? Yes? Hide it somewhere far away, never show anyone. Or better, tear it in half and bury both halves separately in 2 different forests. These aren't easy to tear, Bjorn. I know because I tried once. I took a photo I really wanted to get rid of later and proved to be rather tricky. In the end, I ended up making a bonfire and throwing it into the flames. The smoke it produced smelled foul and unnatural. You can have it. I'm not tearing up anything. Thanks. So, let's go? Is that it? Damn! Okay, apparently this is going to be a whole episode. Alright. Bjorn had already been walking around for a few minutes with this look of an intense focus on his face, while I sat down on the bench next to the guest house and watched him. The sun had already set, but it's still rather bright outside. Just a few last minutes left to capture a good photo. How's it going? I thought about a photo of the guest house from this angle, but it would look better in the night. But then it would be too dark for an instant photo anyway. Maybe just a view then. It's not something extraordinary, something that I would associate with this place only. And you know what? That photo I took accidentally in your room, it's enough. I'm happy with just that one, and this way I won't use any more of your film. It really isn't a problem. Feel free to take another one or even two and I'll be happy, and I'll only be happy. Maybe I'll take you up on that later, but for now I'm happy I got even just one instant photo I've taken myself. Like, this is nice as a scene frozen in time, but the real memories of how it was here will stay with me, not on the paper. You know, the important stuff. How staying here feels, how it was to be in one room with you and all the other people I met here. Everything we talked about. I won't capture that in a photo. I don't know if I can agree, to be honest. For me, that's what photography is about, really. Capturing how it feels to be here. Reaching for some sort of essence, something that words couldn't capture. Though you probably feel different about it, being a writer and all. What makes you say that? Ah, yes, here goes the subtlety. I was so focused on my feelings towards photography that I didn't even pay attention to what I was saying. Say what? That I'm a writer? Writing down streams doesn't really count. A lot of people do that. I mentioned noting down ideas for a story, but it's just that, noting down ideas. Well, I talked with Travis, and he mentioned something along those lines. I tried asking him about it, but he told me to ask you directly. Ah. I was right to assume that it's a delicate matter, because Bjorn looks nothing short of dejected now. Is everything okay? I asked him not to mention it, but I think he misunderstood my intentions. I think he thought you told me yourself. He seemed surprised that I didn't know. I think I'll have to talk with him again about that. He mentioned some kind of literary contest. Ah, of course he did. You didn't tell any of that to anyone else, did you? No, something about the way Travis talked about it made me think that you wouldn't appreciate it. Good, at least that. I'm not sure what to say now. It's clear enough that Bjorn doesn't feel comfortable with the topic, and that I have no idea why he would react like that. Why don't you want people to know you're a writer? I'm not a writer. I just write stuff sometimes. It's not the same. What kind of stuff? Just whatever I feel like writing. Mostly vignettes, single scenes, or, well, nothing. Just never mind. And why don't you want people to know about that? Because it's embarrassing. I just write random stuff when I'm bored or anxious. There's nothing interesting about that. You sent your story to a contest, though, right? It must mean a lot to you, then, and you must have some confidence in your writing to do that. It does mean a lot to me. What was that? I didn't send the story to the contest. Travis did. I made the mistake of showing him my stuff when he asked what I was working on, and he got so fixated on the idea of sending it to some kind of literary contest. I told him I won't do that. We argued about it for a bit, and I thought that'd be it. A few days later, he told me that he sent the application in my name. At first, I thought about notifying the committee and asking them to scrap the application, but Travis talked me out of it eventually. With the knowledge that a committee of professional writers and critics will go through my embarrassing scribbles? When I think of it, I feel like I'm falling. When the dark water rushes from the ceiling, it submerges you in seconds. There's no use in screaming. Who would hear you anyway? It's cold, almost numbing. So cold you can never get used to it. My knees get weak and I wish the earth would swallow me up whole. It's so alluring to just let go and succumb to it. Fall down to the bottom and stay there and never get up again. I really don't want to think about it. Frankly, I regret ever picking up a pen, figuratively speaking. But if you try to let the unquiet water close above you, you soon find out there's no peace in that. Bjorn? He looks like he's about to collapse. I grab his arm and pull him towards the bench. He sits down without a word, and I take a spot beside him. His breathing is ragged and heavy, and I'm not sure what to do. I pat him on the back gently and decide to give him some space. So we sit together watching the stars, just like yesterday, only this time in silence. Only after a long moment does Bjorn shift a bit closer to me, so that our shoulders touch together. A simple gesture, but enough to let me know he's better and he appreciates my company. No words are necessary. Oh. I got a message from someone. Out of habit, I take the photo out to read it. It's from Lake. I hesitate for a brief moment, then put the phone back in my pocket. Somehow, I feel that even reading any messages now would be inappropriate. Instead, I lean on Bjorn, feeling his warmth through my jacket. He seems to be doing better. I'm gonna keep going. His breathing is back to normal, and there's even a ghost of a smile on his snout as he watches the stars. I really feel like taking a picture of the forest in front of us now, but this time I decide to go along with Bjorn's way of doing stuff. Focus on how being here feels, how it is to be here together, and everything we talked about. This forest ahead, the stars above us, the whispering wind, Bjorn's warmth as he leans on me. Because someday it might be among my most cherished memories. Okay, alright, that is it. I had perfect timing on that. Okay. Alright, so this will be an episode that'll be going up. It'll be a full episode, like, because this is a decent chunk of content. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and ring that notification bell. Give us super thanks if you can. It always helps. Until the next video, I love you all. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye!